This is the story about a house that whispers. I received a letter on a Sunday. It was crisp, handwritten, and sealed with wax. The kind of thing you'd expect from a Victorian film, not real life. The handwriting was neat and slanted, the ink slightly faded. Dear Mr. Alton Gray, you are the last known living here of the Hartwell family. Your presence is requested at Hartwell House, located in Dunsburg County, to claim your inheritance and settle the estate. Arrival requested before the 17th. Respectfully, Eleanor Pierce, Exeter of the World War II. I never heard of the Hartwell family or Dunsburg County. I don't know why I went. Maybe it was the timing. I had just buried my father. My job at the university had been restructured, and my girlfriend, well, she wasn't my girlfriend anymore. So I packed a bag and drove through a fog-choked countryside to see what kind of fortune or ruin was waiting for me. Hartwell House was a 3-story mansion, perched on a crumbling cliffside, surrounded by a forest so dense it swallowed the light. The gravel drive was overgrown. The rolling gate hung open like a crooked mouth. As I approached, the house came into view. Tall, blanked with age, windows like hollow eyes. A woman was waiting on the steps, Eleanor Pierce, dressed in gray, thin as a shadow, with eyes that didn't blink enough. She greeted me politely, handed me a brace key, and told me that the house, and all that's within, was mine now. I asked her if anyone else lived there. No, she said, just the memories. She gave me a thin smile, told me the legal documents were on the desk in the study, and walked back to her car without another word. When I entered the front door, something waking from sleep. The inside of the house was worse than the outside. Everything smelled like mildew and forgotten air. The furniture was draped in white cloths, like ghosts frozen in the act of lounging or dining. Above the foyer was coated in cobwebs, but the study was intact. Mahogany walls, a desk that looked like it belonged in a cathedral, and shelves of dusty books with titles in Latin and in Greek. The house remembers everything. That night I couldn't sleep. I heard creaks in the first floors above. Even though Eleanor said no one else was there, I chalked it up to old pipes, old wood, but I locked my bedroom door anyway, just in case. The next morning, I explored the house, room after room, mostly empty, layers of dust, a piano that played sour notes when I touched it, a broken grandfather clock, frozen at 3:12. Then I found the portrait hall, dozens of paintings, all in oil, all Hartwell's, apparently. Names carved into tiny brass plaques: Elijah Hartwell, Lydia Hartwell, Benjamin Hartwell, Caroline Hartwell. Some were missing eyes, others had faces wrapped by time. But one portrait made me stop cold. A young man, maybe mid-30s, pale, black hair, gray eyes. His face was expressionless, yet familiar. The plaque below read, Alton Gray Hartwell, 1876 to question mark, question mark, question mark. My name, my face, but painted in the late 1800s. I stepped back. The light in the hallway flickered. When I looked again, the expression in the painting had changed. Now, the man was smiling. That night, the house spoke. Not in words at first, just sounds. The creaking of floorboards in a rhythm too deliberate to be the wind. The knock. Knocks came from the other side of the door that I haven't opened yet. But then the whispers started. Faint, like someone speaking from inside the walls. Alton, come back. You're home now. I called out who's there. The whispers stopped. Then the door to the attic swung open by itself. I should have left then. I should have gotten into my car and driven until the road disappeared behind me. But the house didn't want me to leave. And some part of me, buried deep in my home, in my bones, didn't want to go. The attic was only part of the house that lived in. A chair by the window, a phonograph playing soft static, candles melted down to stubs, and in the center of the floor, a journal. It was leather bound, brittle, and written in my own handwriting. Every page dated over 100 years ago. March 12, 1891. The house grows quieter when I write. It listens. March 15th. Lydia appears at the foot of the bed. She sings to me. Her mouth doesn't move. March 18th. I cannot leave. The front door is bricked shut. I screamed, but it only echoed back into my own voice. March 21st. I remember now. I chose this. The last page was blank, except for one line. Finish what you started. That night, I dreamed of the house, but it was alive. Its walls pulsed. Its windows blinked. The hallways shifted when I turned corners, always leading me back to the same room. In the center of it all was a woman in black, sitting in the portrait gallery. Her face was half burnt, but her eyes were kind. You came back, she whispered. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. You promised you would free us. Then her face twisted, not with anger, but with sorrow. We're still here, all of us, waiting. She pointed to the portrait of me, and I saw the others, the rest of the family, moving inside their paintings. They were alive, trapped. One by one, they turned to look at me, and they began to whisper. I didn't leave the house the next day. I told myself I needed more answers, that this way was just sleep devastation. I was just hallucinating, but I knew better. I went back to the study, back to the desk. The ledger was open now. I hadn't left it that way. Each page had my name, a date of death, and a final column, absorbed. Every Hartwell had it, even the children, except the last entry. Alton Gray Hartwell. Date, blank. Status, incomplete. I turned the page and found a better addressed to me. It was dated March 22nd, 1891, over a century ago. If you are reading this, then the house has let you return. You are the last of us, the last one who recited, the only one who left before the pack was complete. But leaving does not end it. The house remembers, and it called you back. If you want to be free, if you want to free us, you must finish what you started. Return to the heart of the house. Return to the room beneath the earth before it finds another to feed on. It took hours to find the way. There was no map, no hidden switch, but eventually I found a small door behind the wine cellar, one I hadn't noticed before. Behind it, stairs, narrow, wet, leading down. The air was thick, heavy. Every step echoed like a scream. At the bottom, a room carved from stone, circular, lit by candlelight that didn't flicker. And in the center, a mirror. Old, tall, framed with thorns. The surface wasn't glass. It was water. But it held my reflection perfectly. And behind my reflection were all of them. The Hartwells, waiting. The man with my face stepped forward and spoke. You left us, but you came back. I didn't mean to, I said. I didn't know. You do now. He raised his hand. This house is memory, and grief, and blood. You carry all three. You were always meant to finish the bindings. No, I said. I'm not like you. You are exactly like us. That's why the house chose you. The mirror rippled. Finish the circle, he said, or stay forever, half remembered, half alive. The candlelight dimmed. I had a choice. And I stepped forward. I live here now, or what's left of me does. The townspeople say the house is cursed. They say it eats those who enter, that it's haunted by a family who fed something old and deep beneath the roots of the earth. Sometimes they see lights in the attic. Sometimes they hear music. Sometimes they say the portraits blink. They're not wrong, because the house remembers everything, even you.